Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 155 and today we're going to be working on a fairly interesting project. We're going to be heading back over to the town once again to see, can I launch myself properly? It's always a little bit tricky to get out of that little area there, but once we manage to, we're going to be heading over to the town because we're going to be starting work on a redstone factory. So, as you guys know, we've built a redstone mine. If this town is actually meant to be functioning, and we've built this mine, obviously, we now have tons of redstone. There's kind of just left not really doing anything. I mean, we're mining it. Look, you can see it's overflowing from the place, but there isn't really a use for it. So, what I wanted to do is I want to build a little factory area. This is going to be like a little engineering space where the people of the town can actually come in and work on their redstone contraptions. Now, I have absolutely no idea what this is going to look like. I have no clue. I have absolutely no idea, but it should be an interesting project to work on. So, I guess first things first, probably going to need to clear out some trees. Now, just quickly, while I do this, I hope that you're enjoying all of the videos that I'm posting, obviously, while I'm away in the Philippines. For those who don't know, right now, at this point in time, while you're watching this, I am hopefully on holiday, unless my flights have been cancelled or something horrible has happened. I am on holiday in the Philippines, enjoying the sun, and just having a really, really great time. Because, I mean, currently it's actually raining in England, which is absolutely no surprise, so I cannot wait to get out there and just enjoy myself in the nice warm weather. I also just want to say a big thank you to everyone who is Filipino, who has put down in the comments section that they are from the Philippines and they're very excited that I'm going to their country. That's cool. I had no idea that I had that many Filipino fans, and I actually just looked at my stats, and you guys are number 6. I think even higher than that. I can't even remember, but you're much higher than I was expecting. So I've just had a look online for some factory designs, and pretty much every single one that I've seen so far uses bricks. Now, that's not really something that I was planning on using very much in the town, but it does make the most sense, because now that I think of it, pretty much every single factory that I can think of is made of bricks. Okay, what we'll do is we'll gather some up, because I definitely don't have any of those, and we'll see just kind of how it's beginning to look as we start placing in the template. So where exactly does one find clay again? I mean, it's been so long since I've gathered bricks. I mean, I'm assuming I thought it was in rivers, but I don't seem to be able to find any. Yep, wasn't being stupid. They can be found in rivers, and I'm doing just fine gathering it. The only thing is that because I don't have a fortune shovel, I'm just picking up the clay blocks. I don't think those are useful. I'm hoping that this should be enough. My theory is that when I break these with my fortune shovel, I should get about 4 bits of clay for every clay block, and then we'll smelt those, they'll turn into bricks, and obviously you use 4 bricks to make a brick block, which means that we should hopefully get this many brick blocks. That's kind of my working theory here. I have no clue how inaccurate it is. Now, this is actually something that I've been meaning to do for a very long time now. Get myself a decent Fortune 3 shovel. Because, I mean, I've been using a Silk Touch shovel for probably about the past maybe 100 episodes. It means that I don't have any of the stuff that you would normally fortune from dirt, like flint. That is quite a satisfying thing to look at. Let's see if I can get this dude off, because he is standing on my clay and I don't want him standing around. So this is the full clay pillar, and now we go for it. Oh, wow. Do you get more? How much do you get per one? Is it 4? It can be up to 6? Huh. I can't tell, to be honest with you. The only thing that I can tell is I've built it in a stupid location. My thought process was that I'd easily be able to get to the furnaces and things, but everything's just falling everywhere, and it's all falling in gaps that I can't get into. I mean, I'm such a moron. All is going well so far. All of the bricks have gone into the furnaces. They're all smelting through, and I also have a couple stacks already, but we're also going to need a ton of stone bricks for this build, which means, once again, I'm going to have to do more stone mining. I use so much stone that I can't keep up with myself. The amount of stone that I suppose I do leave a lot of it lying on the floor, and you guys do blast me for lying on the floor. Maybe I should stop leaving it lying on the floor. That might be smart. All is going well so far. All of the clay's been put inside the furnaces. We're getting loads of bricks out. I've actually got a bunch of bricks in my inventory as well, so that's all going well. We should have plenty for this project. We're also going to need tons of stone bricks for this, which means I've had to go stone mining again. I mean, the amount of stone, the amount of places that I clear out, you would think that I would have stone. I've just realised I do leave a lot of it on the floor, and you guys do complain at me for leaving it on the floor. Maybe I should stop doing that. Maybe I should actually pick it up. Yep. I think I deserve this one. What do we reckon then? What do we reckon? So I'm taking inspiration from an image that I've seen on Google that I really quite like, and it has this floor being entirely bricks, and you can see I've built it up to around about there. And then the next level is going to have the windows in it. Let's see. I'm going to do the totally expected thing of me flying off into the distance here. Is it going to match up with the other builds in the town? Is it going to match up? See, this is why I don't land on things when I'm flying around. I think we need to go a little bit bigger before we start making those sorts of decisions. Yep, I think I like it. I think it looks good. I think it fits in with the other things that we're building. Yeah, it looks nice with the docks and everything like that. We might just have to sprinkle a few bricks in here and there in some of the builds just to make it match up a little bit better. But no, really, really happy with it. The only thing is that we are going to have to make it a lot taller though, because these houses are massive. So we're going to have to make the factory look bigger than the houses somehow. I am very, very thankful for this fence at this point in time. That being said, I am still getting blasted by that skeleton. And I don't have any arrows. I carry the bow with me, but I sometimes forget the arrows. I'm a terrible Minecraft player. Anyway, despite that, I have now finished up the bottom section of our factory. So this should be area number 1. And this should give us a really, really strong idea of A, how big the factory is going to be, which is quite big. But also B, what it's going to actually look like. So let's fly in down to the bottom here. Yeah, that looks really, really cool. To be honest, you guys have been asking me to build a town hall for ages. I was kind of debating between either factory or town hall, and I thought factory made more sense next to the mine. But you know what? We could almost pull this off as being a town hall as well. We could just chop and change between the days. I've actually just taken a look at the picture that I've been looking at in Google, and the reason this looks so short is because it is short. I've built it 1 block lower than the design that I actually wanted to do. So we're going to have to remove all of this. In fact, all of these slabs need to go as well. And we're going to pump this up just a tiny bit. Oh, and that looks about 10 times better. Once we actually fill in those little holes there with bricks as well, so there's a little bit of texture. Yeah, that's a massive improvement. Okay, I'm feeling a lot more positive. Now that I've replaced all of the slabs with stairs, I think I preferred it as slabs. This looks way too boxy in my eyes, whereas this, yep, that 100% looks cooler. Okay, so let's go back around and redo exactly what I've just done. So let's see. I have to say, I mean, I've just taken a look at it and I wasn't 100% happy with it, so I've made a handful of changes. I made the windows a tiny bit taller because originally they were only 2 blocks tall. Now that they're 3 blocks tall, it's opened it up a lot and it does look better. Yeah, that looks, I mean, it does look like a factory, doesn't it? It does look like a factory. I don't really know what else to say on that one other than, see, I'm not blown away by it, but you're never going to be blown away by a factory. It's a factory, it's not meant to look amazing. Maybe when we start getting the roof on, and then maybe some chimneys, I want to add in some chimneys. Then it will start to have a little bit more shape, because right now it is looking a little bit blocky for me. Yeah. Now all the windows are in place, I'm feeling a lot more positive. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I actually want to see what it looks like from a decent distance away. So say for example we're over by my base. You can't really see because I have my fog on. But no, as we fly in, Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Now what I've got to do is I've got to place in the blocks for the roof, and then there's another top section up at the top here. And then, as I say, yeah, I wanna work on the chimneys. Now that we have the roof in place, it's looking a lot more like a completed building. Can you see? So we have that little overhang there, and now that is looking a lot more serious. It reminds me of like an old Victorian school in a way. But yeah, if we take a look from down at the bottom here, yes. That looks factory. 100% factory. That's what I wanted. It doesn't look like a town hall anymore, which is great. It looks like a factory. I wonder if we could put like a redstone dust maybe in front of that window. Or something. Or put some form of sign up. It might be an idea to put a sign up at some point. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to keep working on this. I'm excited now. I don't know if I like that quite so much. No, there's too much going on there. So I'm going to take out those slabs, I think. There's slabs underneath the stairs. And I'm going to drop the stairs down by maybe 1 level. I need to get better at flying with a leech, seriously. Does that look better? I feel like that does look better. Yeah. Yeah, that's an improvement. Yep, definitely an improvement. Okay, let's build it. But before we do, I've made a handful more tweaks. So I've placed in all the blocks going around the outside, but also I've placed in these stairs on the edges of these blocks. And I have missed a handful of them, but I definitely think that's improved things. Now it doesn't look quite so flat anymore. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Now the only thing that I'm wondering with this design, how it is right now, is the top a little bit too small and a little bit too squashed? Is it too squashed? I think it is. Yeah, it just doesn't, that doesn't look quite right, does it? It just looks a little bit too short. Okay, so I'm going to swap out those slabs there for stairs. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to take those out and we're going to increase the height of this thing by 1 block. Yeah, so it will have stairs basically doing this, but on the opposite side. And that has massively improved things. So what I've done is, obviously I've placed in all of the bricks, I've placed in all of the stairs up at the top, I've also added in some stairs there, and I've placed in all of the slabs that go in underneath. And now it is looking, wow, it's looking pretty grand actually. That's looking cool. Okay, that's great. I really don't know what to do for the roof though, to the point where I'm just a little bit lost on it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break from Minecraft for a couple hours, maybe do some filming, and then come back and continue work on this build. I'm back, and I still don't know what on earth I'm meant to be doing, so I'm just gonna start chucking blocks around. I'm going to follow some of the inspiration that I can get from the online thing, which has like a little pop-up like this, but I want to do a chimney. I want to do a chimney. Also, we've run out of bricks, so that's a pain in the backside, but I want to do chimneys. I've never built a chimney before. I don't even know. I can't even think what a chimney looks like at this point in time. I've probably played, I don't know how many hours of Minecraft today. A lot. Does that look a little bit naff? I feel like that looks a tiny bit naff. Maybe if I add in more stone bricks. So you get even more stone slabs, I guess, wrapping around the outside there. Maybe. So it turns out we haven't actually run out of bricks. We've run out of fuel for the furnaces. I don't think I have any spare fuel, really. I mean, I could use charcoal. A lot of people tell me to use charcoal down in the comment section. But wood's very useful. There's some blaze rods there. I suppose I could use them. I don't know. After cobbling together some stuff from my storage system, I did manage to get the bricks together, and oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think that looks good. I think that looks good. Yeah, that looks cool. Maybe I have so many stairs left, it might be worth chucking in maybe 1 or 2 stairs just as maybe detail. So if I go like this in certain areas, do you think that's the way to go? because that kind of splits up what we have going on up at the top here. Now, obviously, this probably isn't going to match up with anything, so it's going to be completely, like, unsymmetrical and everything, but I just want to make sure that, yeah, that improves things. That's an improvement there. So there we go. Finally, the exterior of this thing is now all completed. We have got ourselves a finished factory in the town, and I have to say, despite the fact that this has had me pulling my hair out a little bit over the past few hours, it's actually ended up looking quite cool. If I turn off my fog, I haven't wanted my fog on this entire time, so let's do that. If we get rid of that, it also looks quite good in the town. I might need to increase my render distance a little bit. Maybe go to far plus. No, it's still not loading in. I think that might be the server limit. Either way, I'm chuffed to bits with this. Really, really happy. Okay, so there's still obviously things to do. Chimneys, and I think cobblestone chimneys might be the way to go, and just 2 of them just popping out this kind of backside here. Right. Let's see what the first test looks like. I mean, this is all so trial and error that I don't... It looks like half of it's missing. Oh, no. I might not have chimneys. I mean, straight away, I can just see how chimneys are going to make life really difficult. And I seriously lack the expertise to be able to build them in any way that might look like a chimney and not like some kind of stupid weird hat. Now, I thought I'd take a break from Minecraft and do a little bit of AFK fishing, but now that I'm looking around, I can't even find my AFK fishing rod. Which means that just everything's failing at the minute. My chimneys have failed, and now my AFK fishing session is inevitably going to fail. Thankfully, these enchanted fishing rods aren't that difficult to come by in my AFK fishing thing, but I mean, look, that's wiped out almost... I had 113 levels before... What? That is insane. In the past 2 episodes, from renaming everything for our advancements and now getting this fishing rod, I'm down to 37. Ah, and to think I skipped out on the death advancements because I wanted to keep my levels. That's ridiculous. Anyway, time to AFK fish. I'll see you tomorrow. And for the first time in what feels like forever, we've got ourselves a successful AFK fishing session. So how far up are we now? Wow, okay, so all of that's filled. So we've filled up to around about here. Aqua affinity, I like a bit of that. Yeah, there's some nice ones in here. Really, really nice. Okay, I'm glad that that went well. Thorns too. Wicked. I think now that I've come back to the place and I've taken a look at the chimneys, I think the problem was that my chimneys were looking a little bit too stumpy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather up tons of cobblestone, right? And we're going to do this properly. These are going to be some monstrous chimneys. And if that doesn't solve it, I don't know what will. Come on, let's see. Let's see what this looks like. Do your worst. Nah. Oh, no. Just no. 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 It just looks stupid. It just looks stupid. I might have to give up on the whole chimney thing. I don't think I'm qualified enough in building school in Minecraft to build chimneys. Of all things. Chimneys. I mean, I've built the whole thing. The whole thing underneath the chimneys, just fine. And then when it comes to actually building a chimney, it doesn't happen. Yeah, let's get rid of these things. I can feel it. I can feel it. Things have improved. Things have improved already. There we go. The factory is now, for the time being, all completed. Now, at some point in the near future, I do plan on doing the interior of this thing. We'll start adding in, like, production lines and other bits and pieces like that. But yeah, that's what it looks like right now. And I have to say, as I was flying into the town from my base, if we take a look at it from over here, it looks really cool as you come in. I really do think this is beginning to finish off the town area. Look! Look, the town's actually looking quite complete at this point in time. Oh, wow, okay, so I thought that was slabs. It's not. So things are going to be spawning on it for the time being. But still, it is completed. Now, I have to say, this has been a really strange episode of Hermitcraft because I planned on doing a lot more than this. okay? I thought it would take a small amount of time to build that factory, and then we can work on the interior, but things just kept getting pushed behind, and I kept messing things up, and unfortunately, because I'm heading off to the Philippines, I am fresh out of recording time for today, so I hope that you enjoyed this episode on the Hermitcraft server. If you did, please press that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.